Hi, it's artist Tara Reed. Are you ready to make someone's birthday a little extra special with this two-sided cake topper? So no matter what side of the cake you're on, you will never have to see the stick that puts this in the cake. Also, cute little cupcake toppers. So whether you're using the Tiara Happy Birthday design or any of my other cake or cupcake toppers, the process is the same for all of my designs. So have a look and see how easy it is, and happy crafting. I'm going to show you how to make the Tiara Cake Topper with a silhouette machine. And if you are looking at one of my other cake topper or cupcake topper designs, the process is the same. So let's get started. So you're going to open a new project and then pick your media size. You can leave it at auto, but I know that I'm going to be using 8.5 by 11 glitter paper. So I'm going to choose that over here, the letter size, and then you can choose the orientation, which is basically what direction are you going to put your paper onto your mat. So I'm going to do it this way. Then I'm going to come over here to my files. You can import this to your library, but this is how I do it. I'm going to come over to my files. I'm literally going to drag the SVG file on here. And I am using the business edition, which can use SVGs. If you have the basic software, you're going to use the DXF files. Now I'm going to size this so that it fits within the suggested bounds. So the red line is the actual size of your paper, but then they do recommend that you keep your designs within this kind of bleed line. And you definitely want to do that because I'm going to recommend that you tape your paper down and use a really unsticky mat if you have one. So I have that all sized. Now you can leave it like that and just have an empty heart if you want to, but if you look over here, you can see I've provided you with lots of numbers, 1 through 10, 15, 16, 18, 21, 29, I've had a lot of those, and then all the 10s from 30 to 90. So if you want to do a specific one, we're going to do 4. You're going to drag this over here. Now it's too big because we sized the tiara down. Oh, another note, I wouldn't cut the tiara smaller than 7 to 8 inches wide because some of these pieces are rather thin and it might be difficult for that to cut at a really small size. So no guarantees if you want to go a lot smaller. Now I'm going to change the color just to show you, change the color and transparency just to show you what I'm doing. So you want to make sure that your heart overlaps the tiara a little bit so that it will become one piece when we weld it together. When you're doing a paper cut that you want to make a cake topper or anything that stays in one piece, nothing can be free floating. So if we were to put this like this, it would just fall out because it's not connected in any way to the rest of the paper. So we're going to size it. We're going to make sure it overlaps a little bit. Now I'm going to put it back to black. So if we weren't to do anything else and we were to click send, you're going to notice here that it shows a double line of cut lines. That means it's going to cut here, and again, it's going to cut so that your heart is going to fall out. And that is why we need to go back to the design board and we need to do one more step. You need to drag across and select both layers. Then I'm going to close the fill, close the page setup. We're going to go to the modify screen and we're going to choose weld, which you didn't know you were going to be a welder, did you? It's basically is going to take both of those things and weld them into one unit. Now, let me show you how you know that that worked. Go click send again, and you're going to notice the red cut lines no longer have double lines down here. It just goes to here. So this is perfect. Then you're going to come up here, select your material, and then send it to your machine to cut. So if you're going to make a two-sided, you're going to cut one like this. Then you're going to go back to the design. Don't change the size at all. Just click, right-click, and flip horizontally. They have to, if you were to change the size, this wouldn't work. So you have to keep it exactly the same size as what you cut before. So all you need to do, flip it horizontally, click send, send it back to your machine, and cut a second piece. Now, let's say you also want to make little cupcake picks because you're going to have a cake and cupcakes because this is a big fun party. So you're just going to drag the number 4. You can make it any size that you want. You could fit, like if you made them smaller, these can be smaller. You could make them so that you could fit 4. Actually, you might be able to, let's see, I bet if we move them around, if you do this before you cut, yeah, you could fit 6 on your one 8.5 by 11 sheet and maximize your value for your glitter sheet. Now, if you want these to be two-sided, you can have them one-sided, and that's going to be a little more economical. But if you want them to have glitter on both sides, you're going to select half of them. So in this case, 3, and right-click, flip horizontal, and then cut it like that. So if you add these, when you do a two-sided cake topper, you're going to get 6 cupcake picks out of that. You could also delete that, fill your page with cupcake picks. You just want to have an equal number that look the right direction and an equal number that look backwards. So that's how simple it is to get it set up and cut in a silhouette. And now I'll show you how to put it all together. Okay, let's put this cake topper together. So here I have 2 cut out. This one is obviously cut from cardstock. Make it so it's not in the way. And it is pink. So you could just do this because cardstock's just the same on both sides. You could just put a skewer or a stick onto this and use it as is, but you would see where you tape or glue the stick on the back, which is fine. Just depends how many of these you want to cut out and how involved you want this to get. But I have decided to show you with the glitter paper how to make it two-sided, because it's beautiful glitter on one side and then white on the back, which we could leave it like that. But I'm going to make it have glitter on both sides. So no matter where you're sitting in relation to the cake, it's going to look fantastic. So I've already obviously taken that one off and weeded it. And I'm going to show you how I did that. For this design, it is pretty intricate, so I like to use the least sticky mat possible. So this one I've used a lot with paper, so it's getting not super sticky. And I also like using this clear mat because you can see what's going on the back, and I'll show you why I like that later. Now, one problem with it being rather sticky is that your paper might peel up as it's cutting, and I actually had it fall through the back. So I taped it down just with masking tape. You could use painter's tape. Just make sure your tape doesn't go over the edges of your mat. So we're just going to take that off. And you also want to make sure you don't put anything all the way to the edge that it would cut through the tape, because when I taped down that pink cardstock, the tape did rip the cardstock a little bit where I picked it up, but it didn't matter because I was weeding that off. But if it were to cut through it too, that would be a problem. All right, so get that off. Now, often with paper, people and I recommend that you turn your mat over and you peel the mat off of the paper, but I do it differently for this, and I'll tell you why. So I want to see what's going on, because as you can see in the example, there's a lot of things that stay and a lot of things that go. And on the glitter especially, you can't really see what's what. So you want to be more careful. So I like to keep it up, and then I just very slowly pull up the paper that's around all of the shapes. Now, I added the number 4, so this would be a topper for a 4-year-old. And then I decided to do 2 hearts because I could fit them on the paper at the same time with the number 4. 1 straight and 1 in reverse, so that we can make a 2-sided cupcake pick with that. I'll show you that later. And if you could just save the number 4 that's looking the correct direction and use it as confetti. So you would get 1 piece of confetti for each set. Now I'm just going to gently move around and bend my mat and pull all these little extra pieces out. And do it gently, don't go too fast, because you don't want to yank it and then inadvertently rip something that is supposed to be there waste your glitter paper or any paper and have to start over. So you're just going to gently move around, lifting and pulling out the pieces that you don't want in the design. All right, so now most of the pieces are out. There's still a few teeny pieces inside the R and the Y and here, but those are going to be really easy to pop out after we get this off of our mat. So now that we have the big pieces out, I'm going to turn it over, and this is why I like to use a not very sticky and clear one, because then I can see the design as I'm peeling it up. And so I'm going to use my fingers to hold that paper down and just very slowly and gently lift. And sometimes I'm looking from the bottom, and sometimes I'm watching what's going on through the mat, like you saw that little, so that I make sure I don't rip off anything by mistake. And all those little pieces that I was telling you about actually stayed on the mat, so I'll just have to pull them off. I love glitter paper for a project like this, but then there's glitter everywhere. Guess I'll have to move. I hear that's the only solution to glitter. Okay, so now we have both of these done, the front and the back. Now let's put it together into a cake topper. All right, now we're ready to put them together. So here are the supplies. We have the cake topper front and back that we cut and weeded, the cupcake pick front and back that we weeded, glue dot runner. I just have one by Elmer's, and then I also have the Elmer's tacky glue, and a lint roller, which is great for getting all of the glitter off your workspace when you're done. Put that aside. A toothpick for the cupcake, and then a bamboo kitchen skewer for the cake topper. So let's do the easiest one first. We'll do the cupcake pick. So you're just going to turn one of these upside down, and you're going to run some glue dots on the top. Don't put it down here, because that's where you're going to be putting in the toothpick with glue. So just a little bit of glue dots, and then you're just going to line these up so that the number 4 is lined up. So see, that's going to be two-sided. If you wanted to, you could put a color in there, like a colored cardstock, if you didn't want it to be see-through. Then you're going to take your tacky glue. You just want something a little bit thicker than your basic Elmer's so it doesn't drip. And just put a little bit, make sure it goes all the way around your toothpick, and then you're just going to lift the flap a little bit and put the toothpick in there. Make sure it doesn't show through the cutout part of the 4, and then just press, and then you're just going to let that dry, and then you can just poke that into a cupcake, and it'll look cute whichever direction. Okay, so we're going to use the same concept, and we're going to do the cake topper. So we're just going to turn it over, and we're going to run the glue dots. And one thing I love about glue dots for this is, versus like some kind of a tape, is you can run it off and it's just going to put the glue dots on your workspace. It's not going to overlap. You're not going to have to worry about trimming anything. So you can just let her rip. And you want to make sure you get glue dots in all of these little spots that might separate from each other when we put them back to back. Now, don't put any glue dots here. I make the letters or whatever is here towards the center a little bit thicker so that we have room to glue our stick so that it's not showing through. But everywhere else, you want to be tacking that down. Okay, so pretty good coverage on that. And now you're just going to take the top and you're going to line it up and kind of have it hover while you line it up. You don't want it to stick in the wrong place. Then put that down. Oh, it looks like I missed a little spot when I was weeding the back. So I'm going to take the toothpick and just punch that out. So no harm, no foul. And I'm going to gently press around the top. And then I'm going to figure out how far down that glue. So I don't want it further down than that. So I'm going to put my finger where I want it. Some glue, not too thick, but make sure it goes all the way around because we want the glue to stick on both sides of the topper. And then I'm just going to gently lift that area, slide that in there, and press. So won't this just really add fun to the party with a really pretty cake topper and or little cupcake picks too?